We're ready. We're going, huh?
We're going.
There it is. There's a notification. Well, for those just tuning in, welcome to Apathetic Enthusiasm Game Night.
Wow.
Woo! Uh,
Oh,
I am Brandon Cruz, and with me today is a cavalcade of characters. The three monstrous menlinens uh, who are going to join us today for my campaign, the homebrew Desert of Orayu. We're playing D&D tonight, but let's go ahead and just introduce. But we're not introducing characters. No,
No.
we're introducing real people with real stories. I'm just going to go in order of my my whereby window
The real world.
where where things stop getting real and start getting dungeons. Uh, First, let's go over to you, Mr. Travis Menard. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm excited to shift gears and play a character and not have to worry about all the things you'll be worrying about tonight. So,
I'm
best of luck, Brandon.
I too am glad that you are not worrying about the things that you used to worry about, and I can worry about those things. I can carry that weight. It's like that one song says about friendship. John, speaking of friendship, we've known each other a while, and I finally see you on webcam after all these years. Welcome to the campaign. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
thank you. My name is John, and I'm excited to play D&D tonight.
Fair
That's about
enough.
all.
Fair enough. I'm going to cut you off right there because I know there's so many more interesting things that you're gonna say in the sessions to come. And then
Oh yeah.
finally we have So Lucid, aka Kevin. Kevin,
So
welcome.
lucid.
Hi. Hi,
Hey,
I'm here.
yeah, you're here. You just ate some Sonic.
I'm still eating some Sonic. Late dinner.
And that fits in with the character. I know I know I'm not supposed to spoil that, but it's one of his hidden traits is he likes
Uh,
Sonic hamburgers.
he actually comes from a long lineage of the people that created Sonic.
Uh,
It's actually an ancient order. Most people don't know that.
I don't
yeah,
like all these spoilers, guys. You know how I am about spoilers.
yeah.
I'm just mad that we both have the same background.
Yes. And with that in mind, let's the ancient order of the takeouts. Okay, the takeout orders. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to laugh too hard. Thanks.
LOL.
I wish I put a little laugh track in there, but that's on my other device. All right. Well, thank you. It's gonna be fun. Again, this is the desert of Orayu. You can see that in the middle, I'm assuming on the stream. So let's get it started here. Oh yes. Yes. Boys, are you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
No, give me
Indeed.
another week. Give me another week to prep.
Oh
Uh,
two.
if John had his way, we'd have like 7 more weeks. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let me actually zoom this in so I can actually read it with my dumb glasses.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. Hey, is unsurvivable a word? I don't know. We'll find out in the post show. All right. Here we go. For years, people have spoken about the Orayu Desert with tones of dismissal and ambivalence. Why would anyone go there? What a wasteland. Unsurvivable. For those people, their inability to comprehend how the desert could facilitate, let alone sustain, a civilized world inhibits their ability to comprehend the wonders that lay beyond the scorching heat on the desert's horizon. Just past the ectotone leading from the grasslands into Orayu sits Junder's Crossing, an outpost full of migrants, passing merchants, and fairly recent adventurers looking to see what riches the desert sands hide. When you entered the town from the south and passed through the streets, you noticed an outdoor market buzzing with folks willing to trade their wares. Just north of the market sat Tommy's General Store with a cart full of watermelon and cactus fruit. John, you might be interested in that. You like those? You like that fruit story? Still further north is where we start this portion of your stories, in a little tavern and inn named for and by its owner, Escobar, at Escobar's Hideaway. And that's where I'm gonna change the scene.
Well, for scene change.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Look at that floozy.
Oh my gosh. That floozy's so hot.
It's a Second Life? What's happening?
Is she wearing anything besides a friggin'
this is
a cloth over her titties?
it's fantasy.
This is
Of cour-
fantasy roleplay,
I,
guys.
mean, I wasn't prepared for this kind of fantasy.
Guys, for being a major hub of commerce leading into Orayu, Escobar's hideaway seems like a rather small place to shelter and feed the many travelers that fill its space to capacity. There are men and women of a variety of races sitting in fairly close proximity to another, despite some of the tensions that reside between certain communities. A man sits behind the bar serving drinks just as fast as he takes the orders, and a woman nimbly weaves her way through the crowds to deliver food and mead to the impatient patrons. With an empty platter, she spots a few new faces in the crowd. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm walking. Oh, hee hee. Oh, I'm hot. Oh. Uh, the first person she walks up to is this little fellow. This little fellow has got a nose. She's following his nose through the crowd, and she walks up to you, Kevin. What does who or what does she see?
She sees a Arakoa, uh, which is um, basically a bird type person. I'm about 4'10". Um, I 5 pounds. My eyes are purple. My skin is a golden color, and I have auburn feathers. And uh, my I do look like a bird, uh, a bird type person, if you would say that.
I would say that.
And my head kind of resembles a cardinal.
A what?
Oh, a cardinal. Can
cardinal.
Can you describe what a cardinal is?
It's a red bird. Uh, do I really need to explain what a cardinal is?
Common from
Yeah,
the regions
well, I
of
mean, it's-
St. Louis. The cardinal.
Yeah.
Is...
Yeah, I look like an actual cardinal, not one of the many logos that many sports teams use.
Okay, good. Yeah, it helps with the immersion. If you look at
Yes, you don't work the Vatican.
and I also have a football helmet on. No, no.
Okay. all right. Well, hello. What can I get you today?
Yes, ma'am. I would like a one of your finest whiskeys, please.
Oh, whiskey. Very, very good. We have, would you like a top shelf whiskey? We have a 15-year in the barrel aged, or do you want lower shelf?
Medium shelf would be excellent.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. A medium shelf whiz.
And she, you notice she she doesn't have any paper that she's writing it down. She just says it. So, okay, so she looks up and she looks over and she walks up to another young fellow, and she approaches you. I have to figure out whose token is whose. I think that's Travis.
I'm the one in
She
the
walks over
middle.
to
Those
Travis.
humans all look alike.
She doesn't. She's not sticking her boobs in your face, even though it looks like it on the screen. Hello, sir. What can I get you? And she looks at you, and tell the audience, tell the folks who are what she sees. Who does she see? What is he wearing? What does he look like?
So
Travis.
Me. Okay. I am a half elf. So I'm just under 6 feet tall. I have like a hood over my head. I'm kind of keeping to myself right now, and I'm looking through a book. I'm kind of poring over some stuff written in a book as I sort of snack on bits of freshly sliced melon that probably procured somewhere in the town. And exactly. And yeah, I've got sort of a scruffy face, medium length, brown hair. That's just little bits of it are little bits are hanging out of the the hood. Yeah, and I'm just kind of reading over. I'm wearing like a long, sort of like almost like a trench coat, like a dusty long coat, and then it's got the hood over it. And I kind of just wave to her and say, I'm fine. I'm perfectly well here. Thank you.
Oh, very, very well. Just give me a holler if you need anything, hun.
Oh, yes,
Uh,
thanks.
and with that she looks over at another new face in the tavern that she hasn't really seen before, and she walks up to you, John. Hey, can I get you anything, dear? And what does she who does she see in front of her?
Well, she sees a man, a Hugh man, uh, standing about
Let me
five
take a note of
five
that.
10, 5'11", about approximately 30 years old, Caucasian. That's kind of a either a tan going or kind of like a deep olive skin tone, and with dark brown eyes, some dark brown hair that's about shoulder length almost, and nice, well trimmed beard, well trimmed mustache, well taken care of. He's wearing some white linen clothes, a nice tunic that goes down to about his knees, and some loose fitting pants. And he's just kind of sitting at the table playing with the gold coin in his hands, kind of flipping it between his fingers, and not really paying much attention to her, just kind of looking down at what he's doing.
Was there anything you wanted? We get there. We have water. We have alcohol. We have food even.
Uh, Wine, if you please.
Oh yes. Would you like a Shiraz or perhaps a Chardonnay?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have will do.
Would you like a red wine or white wine?
Red.
Do you want it warm or do you want it cold?
Madame, I appreciate you asking the questions, but please just bring what you have. It,
You absolutely, sir. I'll bring you the finest red wine that we have.
And as she says that, a noise from across the bar kind of catches her attention.
is this
Uh,
a sheep? Is there another sheep?
friends. It's a throwback. She always hears noise, and she kind of raises her hand up over to the man at the bar, trying to catch his eye. And as she does that, a burly man is shoved backwards into her. And both of them fall to the floor. Crash! They fall and crash onto the floor. She recomposes herself just in time. She's scrambling backwards across the floor, just in time to see another man uh, coming at her, and tackles the man who's already on the floor. She scrambles away on all fours and just scoots off. And as the second man jumps on top of this guy, and I could probably do some stuff here.
Where did you say approximately this was happening? Like kind of in front of the bar?
Yeah, I'm gonna do something real fast. Come on, you. There's two guys that I'm going to show. Beep. Haha, there they are.
They're right next to us.
Yeah, they basically collapse like right in front of you, and
Oh, geez, okay.
and she like, oh, scurries off. Oh, look at me scurrying off. Oh, she's nervous. And these two guys are in the middle of the floor, fighting, uh, just kind of rolling in front of you, and as the second guy comes and jumps on the first guy, three gems kind of spill out onto the floor, and they slide over into each of your directions. You notice that after about a second, there's blood on both of the men as they slowly become motionless. You don't know what happened, but each of you is drawn inexplicably to the gem closest to you, and you each. Oh, this. It's inexplicable. It's inexplicable. You feel an urge, an unchangeable, on rails urge.
Unwavering, irrefutable.
Urge to pick up the gems. And as you do, each one of you picks up one of the three gems, and your vision goes black.
Are they different colors?
Do we become Captain Planet?
Oh.
No, we died. That's the end of the campaign, everyone.
And that's our game, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Catch us next time when John's DMing.
Talk about a one shot.
Your your vision's absolutely black. Black. It's all black. Trust me, I'm just telling
Oh,
you.
there it is. It's black now.
It's all black.
I can't see. I can't see.
Can't see nothing. Can't hear nothing.
Can't feel it. So
Oh.
there is nothing but black at first, but a speck of brown floats in the darkness. It seems like it's really far away, and there's a sense of weightlessness that wraps around you as the speck grows brighter, perhaps closer. And suddenly you feel just yanked into the speck, and you realize you're floating high above a vast desert. You're no longer alone here. You see two others and recognize the others from the tavern from just a few seconds earlier. In the center of the three of you floats an item, what looks to be some sort of relic. And it shoots a beam towards the ground and into the center of the desert, where there lies another speck. Clearly, I didn't look up my thesaurus for other words for specks.
Other speck.
Specks. Though small, it brightly emanates a glowing green light. And the glow from the green light, the green spot grows larger and creeps across the desert below. At the edges of the green emanations, you notice splotches of molten red and black, spots flashing in and out. You feel loss, you feel anguish, and as those feelings grow stronger, you feel yourself pulled to the earth below, slowly. A low murmur fills your heads, and as you edge closer to the ground, the murmurs become screams originating from distant cities. Cities consumed by glowing red and black patches of destruction. You look toward the green light and see that it's fading. And suddenly you feel a sharp push and a shove to your chest as you're shot up away from the desert. As you get further, the desert turns into a greenish brown speck. Bastards, I should have rewritten that. And then a glimpse of red. Then nothing but black. The last thing you hear before you wake up from the vision . I don't have to describe it, see, because there's sound for it already. Oh. And you wake your asses up, you dumb lazy pieces of shit.
I silently like cry like mildly to myself. Just
Does it seem like much time has passed from the time we touched these mystic gems till now?
did we wake up in the same place?
Does it seem like
Let's not
all
get
this
ahead of
all
ourselves,
this
Kevin.
happened
Did we
in
wake
our
up in the
head?
same place?
Yeah.
Well-
That's what I'm getting at. Are we still like right where we were?
Well, funny story. Even though it sounds the same, like it's in the same place, the sound maybe just a little bit further away, because all three of you wake up in kind of a dark, dusty room, dark, musty room, dark, dusty. Doesn't matter.
It could be both.
You wake up here in what looks to be some kind of basement, cellar, whatever you want to call it. In it are wooden shelves with dusty mugs lining the walls. Barrels are lined up in kind of the northeast corner, and a staircase leads up from the center of the room. You guys are on a couple of makeshift beds near each other, and all of a sudden, the man from the bar comes downstairs. Oh, hello! You guys are awake.
Oh my, did I do it again?
What the? No, select, you stupid thing.
Where am I?
What happened? What happened to you guys? You seem to have just passed out.
Five more minutes. Just 5 more minutes, okay? And I kind of roll back over.
Five. Well, that's 5 minutes is good with me. You know, just take your time, and it seems like something happened to you.
Are we restrained in any way, or?
No, no. You guys are just lying in those beds.
While I may seem small in stature, I know I could handle my drink. Sir, how did we get here?
Well, after you guys fell asleep, I guess you fell asleep. It looked like you just kind of passed out. We didn't want to just leave you on the floor. It looks bad for business, you understand. So we brought you down here. We want to take care of you.
Is this a dungeon?
This, oh no, sir. This is not a dungeon. That's you're free to leave whenever you want. But just take your time. Take your time. Get some rest. And, can I get you any water?
Where is my whiskey?
What whiskey? I don't. Did you order a whiskey? I'm sorry. We got lost.
Yes, from the naked barmaid.
Oh yes, that's Brenda. It sounds like that. Brenda. I'll make
writing
sure,
that name down. Okay.
I'll make sure Brenda gets you gets you that whiskey. Was it top shelf, middle shelf, or bottom shelf?
Middle shelf.
Ah yes, our finest middle shelf. That's good.
I'll have one of those waters, please. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Yes, I'm Escobar.
Escobar. Yes, thank you. A water would be
Pablo?
fantastic.
No, Escobar. That's my first name. It's my only name. My parents were kind of jerks.
I also have only one name. I am Zonari.
Zonari, pleasure to meet you. And he walks over to you just to kind of shake your hand.
And I return the handshake.
Is it he looks down and is it an actual hand or is it just like a
Do you
claw?
have wings? How does this work?
I mean, I have, so like I have like arms and legs, and then I also have wings. Like
Okay.
my wings come out of my back. Kind of, I mean, similar to like the way you'd picture an angel, but
Okay.
my whole body looks bird-like as well.
Okay.
I start to kind of pat around myself to kind of do a personal inventory on my belongings, making sure nothing's missing.
Oh, Travis, as you start to kind of fiddle around your personal belongings, you realize that you had you picked up one of those gems.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you find that you have a gem in your hand.
Is there anything like written on it? Is there any like unique? Is it just like a raw gemstone, or is there any sort of like?
Well, so if you check your journal, you will see that you have that gem in your. You should have visible. You should actually have it in your inventory as far as a handout goes.
Oh.
And so it is just it looks just like a gem. It's smooth. It looks like just a fancy gem.
Fancy gem.
I
All
think
right.
you.
Yeah,
okay.
I checked.
Yeah,
I checked my blue gem out, and I kind of like look at it, and I tuck it away somewhere safe into my pack.
So thank you. If I'll go get you that middle shelf whiskey, Zanari. Gentlemen, what are your names, if you don't mind me asking? I like to be friendly here.
I kind of look at him. I'm kind of a little out of sorts, I guess. You said I have that gem, right, still in my hand, or is it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
on my
yeah.
person? Well, I just kind of look at it for a second, then I guess palm it. Um, my name is Caliban.
Oh,
How long have we been down here?
oh, Caliban. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Escobar. If you didn't catch my name, you've been about here probably no more than I'd say 15, 20 minutes. We were kind of worried about you, but there was nothing. Didn't see anything wrong with you. Maybe it's. I'll make sure that the chef isn't putting any
Well, I
drugs
would
in the food.
I would not bother. I have not eaten anything here yet, so I do not believe it is the food. Did you see
It could
who
be the melon.
and who are you, sir?
Oh, and I kind of like slide to the end of the bed and sit up. Montana James, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I reach my hand out to shake.
I kind of look down at his hand for a second. Montana, huh? And I shake his hand. It's nice to meet you. My name
Yeah,
is
pleasure,
Caliban.
pleasure. I'm starting to kind of like come to and kind of like stretching my arms out.
It seems that me and you are in a similar situation, eh?
Yeah, and I look at Escobar. I'm like, I'm real parched. You mind getting me a water? That'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That's what I'm here for.
Escobar, my good man. Could you get me a water as well?
Yes, I'll be right back. You guys just rest up, and I'll get that whiskey for you, Zanari,
E-
and chill
Escobar,
on.
I will have some water in my whiskey.
You
Just a small amount to bring out the flavor.
And I kind of
you
look
got
over
it.
at him and I like appreciate that move. Like I'm like, all right, he knows what's going on.
And who are you, my feathered friend? I don't. Sorry if I didn't
E-
hear you
Escobar
introduce
rushes off.
yourself.
I was okay. That's what I was waiting for Escobar to wander off. Thank you, gentlemen. Now that Escobar has wandered off to fetch our drinks, uh, did you two share a vision with me after touching these stones? And I hold up my white gem that I have to show what I'm talking about.
That is a very strange question, my friend.
Well, I've taken many things that have made me see things. I like to indulge in certain activities, but um, typically I don't have people join me on those vision quests, if you'd like to call them that.
Well,
But this time you two were beside me.
well, if you must know, it's untypical for me to see a talking bird. So I guess there's a lot of strange things happening right now, eh?
Are you not familiar with the Arakoa?
I can't say that I have ever seen one such as you.
Oh, but you have seen some.
Well, I've seen many birds.
Well, I am
I just can't say
no.
I've ever heard one talk to me.
As they sort of chatter, I stand up and start to kind of walk around the far side of the room and kind of poke around, see if there's anything of interest.
Do you guys have control of your tokens?
Oh,
Uh,
We
yes.
do indeed, yes.
yes, I
okay.
do.
All right, cool. Yeah. I'll let John do the alt, where he just moves his guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Caliban, have you not come across many other races besides your own?
Oh, I have seen many things in my time. But, there was always something new, huh?
Indeed. My people are called the Arakoa. Um, you could say that we are bird-like in appearance, but we are not birds.
Well, I may have read about some of you in books, but it's still a little bit unnerving seeing you in the flesh, huh? But,
I am. It is not like I am a goblin or something.
well, we shall see.
I kind of reach into the side of my jacket and I pull out a small lizard about the length of my forearm, and I kind of just check him over and I'm like, oh, okay, you're fine, and I pet him on the head.
I would like to roll a perception to see if I notice this.
Okay, go for it.
Calling his own rolls. Here we
Uh,
go.
Who's calling it?
rolled a 12.
All right, let me do some calculations in my head. Uh, well, you notice he's doing something in the corner, but at the angle you don't necessarily see what he's pulling out of his pants.
Okay, I was
It
asking
was
because
my
yeah,
coat, thank you.
I, if,
And
so I can't tell that he just pulled out a snack.
so then I take the lizard and I kind of like set him up on my shoulder, and I turn around and I say, well, if you guys are done talking, I'd like to figure out why we have these gems. You know, I did see the vision, and as a matter of fact, I'm a little concerned about what I saw. Did you see some sort of eerie destruction in what you saw?
Indeed, I did, and it seemed like it was in the desert.
Well, I don't know if I saw such things as that, but I might have I might have seen something.
You
Oh.
seem very mysterious.
Well, it is just a very strange time to just wake up in a bed with two other people, and all of a sudden them asking me so many questions.
I
But
mean, I did not wake up in a bed with you. It was in a bed beside you.
pretty much
Did
the same thing, no?
did either of you two recognize those guys that were fighting in the tavern? You any idea where they might have been from?
I think you see many people fight in taverns, but no, I
Yes,
did
but
not
those
recognize
two
them.
specific guys. Did you?
I did not recognize them. No. Did I recognize them?
Go ahead and what do we have? What do we have for rolls?
What, you want to make a history or what?
Do. You know, go ahead. I'm opening up Kevin's. Yeah, I should study these things
Animal
again.
handling.
Yeah, do a history check. That's right.
12.
You do not recognize these folks.
Or did not recognize them, right?
Yeah, you did not recognize them. You are unable to recognize them now, especially since they're not in the room.
I mean, did they did die before we got the stones, didn't they?
I think
y-
the gems just fell
They
out.
looked pretty dead.
Okay,
They
just keeping that in the back of my mind because I want to ask Escobar what he did with the bodies.
they you recall they looked mostly dead, but you don't know for a fact that they are dead.
Okay.
Mostly dead, but not all dead. Okay.
Right.
Tis but a scratch. uh,
Did I see them before I picked up the gems? Like how well? I mean, would I be able to describe what they looked like?
Uh, yeah. I mean, you could. It all went pretty fast. Just by the time the wrestling started and the blood started flowing, it was maybe just less than 30 seconds. It was all pretty quick. So, I mean, you can kind of recognize that one was a more burly gentleman and one was more of a lanky fellow.
Well, what is taking this bartender so long?
Kevin, are you like holding your gem out right now, or like?
No. After I had shown it to you guys and asked you guys about the vision, I put it back in my pouch.
So I'm trying to recall if I realized that either of you actually have one as well.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely showed it to the both of you when asking about it.
So then I'd ask Zanari, you know anything about these gems? Have you seen anything like this around? In everything I've studied, I've never seen anything quite like it. And I actually pull mine out and kind of like go over it a little bit more, and you guys see that it's blue in color, and
I don't know. I suppose I've seen lots of rocks. Do I know anything about this? Have I seen anything like this, Brandon?
No, well, I mean, you've seen rocks before, but there's nothing. I
Sorry.
mean, there's
Yeah,
nothing. There's
this
nothing.
one though.
There's nothing particularly special about the way the rock looks, but there is something special about how it feels in your person. like on your person.
Okay,
in my
okay.
person.
In your person.
Yeah.
It's in your
There's,
butthole.
there's something special about
Did
how
you
it
did
feels.
you did you misinterpret what I said when I said I put it back in my pouch?
Are you like Tortuga?
Ew.
Uh, no, Montana. I have seen many rocks in my travels, but none quite like this. This feels different.
Am I immediately aware of what I'm capable of doing with this, or
Y-
do I have to
y-
like attune to it or anything? Or?
Yeah, so you guys know you have the items in your on your person. They're in your inventory. They're in a handout. You are already each one of these rocks has a special power to it. Gives you an ability. Each one of yours is well, you don't know if yours is unique to you or if it's different or how it's different. If it is indeed different, but you are attuned to whatever ability that is already. Um, and you if you take a little bit of time to explore that, we don't have to do that in real time. You will understand that. So it's not really attuning as necessarily as just thinking about it for a second.
So I kind of I'm really fascinated by this stone, and I'm the more I look at it, the more I kind of like get this sense that there may be something um, special about it. So as I hold it in one hand, I kind of say something under my breath, and I move my other hand around, and as I do that, a hand, like a sort of a mystical mage hand, if you will, pulls a pitcher or a bucket from the other side of the room and pulls it towards me. And then I really focus on that bucket, and I try to fill the bucket with water using the stone.
All right. And that's exactly what happens. Water, water just kind of. So you're holding like the just buckets. Like
So
it looks
I don't
like it's
really
just in
move.
midair.
You basically you see a mystic hand pull a bucket over to me, and then as I stand over it, I start the bucket starts to fill with water.
What does the hand look like? Just can you
I
describe this
I
mystic
mean
hand
it
for
looks
us?
basically just like a human hand, but sort of cut off at the wrist. It glows like faintly. It's somewhat transparent, but it's visible.
Okay. All right. Is it like bloody? Is it like a bloody stump where it's cut off?
No, it's well manicured, and it seems to take care of itself. It probably uses some form of moisturizer.
Okay.
So it's reminiscent of Thing from the Addams Family.
Sure.
So the water starts flowing into the bucket, and the water keeps going, and the bucket starts to overflow, uh, still yet creating more and more water.
You guys, I I think there's something special about this rock.
Uh, do we notice this whole
Oh,
bucket magically floating over and filling with water?
yeah, you don't even need like a point of perception. There's a bucket floating with
Okay.
water appearing out of nowhere, filling it and spilling onto the floor.
Uh, on instinct, I grab a stone out of my pouch, and I look at the water, and I focus, and near the top corner of the room, I create a sphere of mist from the water, and they look down at the stone, just you know, curious on how I just instinctively knew how to do this, and I look at Montana and I say, I do think that these stones are not just normal stones, and maybe we should see maybe they fit together, and
Hey, Caliban, what's your rock do?
I don't know what rock you're talking about.
You didn't get a
Uh,
rock? Oh,
I guess I guess there was only two of them, huh?
oh
not everyone
man,
gets
this
so
thing is
lucky.
sweet. And I attempt to stop the flow of water from pouring out of the bucket.
Well, it's
The
quite the
water
bar
stopped.
that I wandered into.
And I sort of set the stone back into my pouch.
Kevin, so you used your stone and it created something, right?
Yeah, a big like 20-foot radius
Yeah.
sphere of mist
All right.
up in the corner of the room. So Escobar is probably gonna come back down and be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
I'm like
Speak-
standing in like an
speaking
inch of water right now, and or maybe like a centimeter of water, but there's like a cloud behind me. And the lizard that was on my shoulder is kind of crawled down and is like lapping some of the water up
Well,
from.
seems like you two are convenient friends to have in the desert. Able to create water from nothing. It's not something you see just every day.
Oh, look at
Oh, look at those water effects! That's awesome.
Indeed, we are Caliban, but you seem rather aloof. So maybe
I'm not aloof. Just give me a minute, huh? I just woke up in a bed with two other people that I don't know. After grabbing
Are you guys
Again, my
both
name's
still in bed?
Montana James. You can call me Monty if you'd like.
no.
Monty.
I got up and I moved over towards the bucket so I could
Alright.
cast the mist spear.
John, are you still just lying in bed?
Well, I'm kind of sitting up,
Reclined,
kind of
it's
against the
fine.
wall, just kind of with my legs kind of a little, not crossed, but just kind of over each other, just kind of
Uh,
watching what's going on.
all right. Escobar comes back down the stairs with a platter. He's practiced. It looks like he's handy. Gentlemen, how do I do his voice? I don't remember. Gentlemen, here's your here's your waters. Got some waters for you. Some whiskey.
It appears I found my own water.
Oh, what
Escobar.
what
It's,
is this, Miss-
apologize about the mess.
you
And
guys, are you guys smoking down here? What is this? You couple of hippies? Is
I,
this
I kind of look. I look around for a mop.
oh, is there a leak in the building? What's
No, just
I have
just
no idea.
some water spilled from this bucket. It's perfectly all right. I think we've got it handled.
okay?
Not sure what that thing is though. And I point to the cloud behind me.
Well, we have been having some bathroom issues lately. Maybe that's it.
Ah, yes, plumbing out here can be difficult.
I just kind of raised my arm, like reaching for a glass of water without getting out of the bed.
Oh yeah. Escobar notices that and off, kind of leans over the bed railing, and reaches as far as he can to get to you, to hand you that water.
Am I able to reach?
Roll deck. No, okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can barely reach it. So he reaches just a little bit further, to offer it to you. Do you move any closer to him?
Oh, well, I mean, I just keep my arm reached out. I don't
Okay.
bend or
You don't try to meet
inconvenience
him
myself.
halfway.
No.
He sees you're
Getting
hesitant
a
to
real
move
sense of this character.
any further, and he just inches just a little bit more, just to gauge your
Is it
reaction.
is it in reach yet?
And then he just like sets it into your cupped hand.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your patronage. I guess it's just water, but still,
I-
pass a good word.
I sip on my whiskey. Does it taste like quality whiskey to me?
Do a do a history check.
Oh,
History.
shit, I got a -1 in history, but I rolled a 13.
All right. You've had some fine whiskey in the past, and you've had some shit whiskey in the past. This is kind of not either of those. It's right in the middle.
Middle shelf.
It's it's almost like it's a middle shelf, a middle tier whiskey. Of if you want to get into like comparison of like middle shelf whiskey, it's kind of in the middle of the the middle tier.
Sits in the middle of
It's
the
in the
middle
middle
shelf.
of the middle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yep. It does remind you of Glenigan's Glenigan's Fisk. The
Escobar.
I need to write that down. Glenigan's Fisk. Yeah. Yes.
This whiskey reminds me of scotch.
Did you happen to have two dead bodies upstairs, huh?
Oh yes. That was. Oh, I don't know. We're not used to that kind of action. And when I say action, murder. That's,
They were murdered, huh?
yeah. Well, they murdered each other.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Were
Yeah.
there any wounds?
They well, they I don't know how it happened, but they stabbed each other and they killed each other.
And did
That-
they have any belongings on them, or what did you do with the bodies?
Oh, well, we don't loot the bodies. That we leave that to the local security department. Well, we
Have-
just
so have-
turn them.
Have they come to pick up the bodies? I know we've
You-
only been
you-
down here about half an hour. Are they quick to
well-
respond?
Well, they're not, like I said, not really much happens here. So they are fairly quick to respond. They've already there was actually some guards right outside at the time. They picked them up.
Did they-
Wait. Escobar, you mean to tell me that your local constabulary loot bodies?
No, they took the body to the body shack.
Does it have a tin roof?
Did you happen to
Anyway.
see what started the fight?
Oh no, no! The last thing I saw was Brenda waving her hand at me, and then all of a sudden she just disappeared behind a crowd.
Brenda.
Yes, she's the waitress. She's our lovely waitress. Yeah.
Did I ever find that mop?
Asking the
You
important questions there.
you do not see a mop anywhere down here.
I feel bad about it.
Do you say that, or you just
No, I just
telling
feel
me?
bad about it.
Oh.
I don't. Just letting you know. how I
Escobar
feel.
looks over at you, just kind of with a furrowed brow on your face, and he says, "F this guy, getting water all over my freshly cleaned basement." No, no. So the guards have the bodies at the body shack, but you're gonna you know we don't touch the bodies. We don't want to get into any of that business. We're just about food and drink here at Escobar's Hideaway. And I know, we say hideaway. It sounds kind of shady, but it's just, Brenda thought it would be a good idea.
I knew a necromancer salesman once. He also had a body shack.
Oh, is that right? What did he what did he do there?
Sold body parts.
Oh,
My eyes get real wide, and I kind of step one step away from Zenari.
Well, that let's just changing the subject just real quick. I noticed you guys have look experienced. You guys look like got swords, and I noticed you had a crossbow, Zenari. Yeah. Zenari, not Zenari. Wait, Zenari is Kevin's. Sorry,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely do not have a
Caliban.
crossbow.
Caliban. Sorry.
Yes.
Caliban. I was wondering if maybe I'm just putting this out there. If maybe you'd be interested in maybe giving me a hand with something.
What is it that you are asking?
Well, so I, I was supposed to get a package here recently. The problem is, like, I got the package, but it was empty. Yeah, it had a couple bottles of wine in it, and a family heirloom, and it had a gold helmet in there. But it got here and it was gone. But I was wondering if maybe you can ask around town and see if you've heard anything. Tommy at the general store might have
Do you have an
heard
issue with
something.
pirates around here?
No, no, no.
Porch pirates.
We don't. We have a guy who puts boxes that look like what some people call TVs on porches randomly. But other than that,
What is a TV?
I don't know. It's a moving picture box, they call it.
I seem very
Escobar.
interested by this
Like-
development.
Like a painting that is moving around?
Yeah. So and he reaches in like checks his pockets and he finds some like a notebook. And then he starts flipping the pages. He's like, see, it looks like it's I do this in my spare time. I call it a moving tune.
Escobar.
Is
Interesting
this one of
magic you
these
have,
TVs?
yes. Yes, Caliban.
Do you expect foul play?
Well, I do.
I mean, you must, because you're asking us about our weapons. You must intend to hire some people that actually plan on using them, eh?
Yeah. I don't mean to, stereotype, but I do suspect foul play because my box is empty, and
And so you want us to hurt someone over it.
yeah, and I spoke to the delivery person himself, and he's upstairs actually, and he says he didn't steal anything, and I don't know. I don't know. If you help me,
This
I can
does
tell
seem like a good mystery. I
can
I
tell you
wouldn't
about
mind-
the town,
I wouldn't mind looking into this a little bit.
introduce you to some people.
Escobar, I am not opposed to helping you, but is there going to be any kind of compensation?
Well, of course there's compensation. I'm not going to hire you for free.
Well, while he's saying that, I drank my water in kind of one quick motion, lay the cup down on the bed, and then kind of hop up onto my feet. Well,
So
it sounds like it would be a good time. Is that not compensation enough, huh?
Well, you were the one that was already standoffish and aloof because you woke up after passing out.
That was a long time ago now.
he's
Yeah,
much
it-
more hydrated.
Yes, I now have I had a nice glass of water. We have a nice accommodating host. Let's go have some fun around town, huh? Nice to meet you, bird guy. And you, Monty.
Yeah. Monty's fine.
Well,
Uh,
you guys seem
Caliban,
like-
I am not sure how I feel about you yet.
well, that makes two of us, but you guys look like good sorts. You look like you might be able to have a good time. Let's go help this guy.
Caliban, I'm curious on your accent.
Well,
You seems as though it changes somewhat.
Well, that is a good observation, but I had never seen a bird before today, and now you have never heard a guy with a changing accent. We're both having many new experiences.
I start to kind of stroll towards the stairs.
So
ready to-
you guys will help me then?
Oh yeah, sure
what you
thing,
do.
sure thing, Escobar. Let's go check out what's going on.
Okay, excellent. Let me introduce you to at least the delivery man. He's upstairs here.
All right,
I'll-
I go
I'll
ahead and
follow
I
him. Yeah.
just kind of walk.
All three of you following.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heading back upstairs.
Oh my God, they're still there.
Oh, no.
The bodies hit the floor.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
Kill him.
It was a trick.
They're gone. They're still there. Let's get them out of there. Layer. GM layer. Bye. All right. All right. So there you are. There's brings you up there. Oh, okay.
Where's this dude?
This dude is right here. He looks a lot like Escobar actually.
Only smaller.
Only smaller. He hasn't been working out as much as Escobar has.
I kind of just stroll over and sit. I sit down between the two of them, or like across the table from them, and I say, "Hey there, friend.
Well, while that's
I sit in the head.
what's your name?"
while that's going on, I kind of take a look
You kind of take a look where.
at the spot where those guys had fallen and where we had been sitting.
Okay, and just
See if I notice
all right.
anything.
Just roll an investigation.
10.
All right. You just you notice that there was blood there. Why is this stupid thing zoomed out? You just notice that there's remnants of a fight, some scuffling. There's an attempt to clean up blood. It looks like it's been smeared on the floor. There's actually a mop and bucket right next to the chair. To your
There's a
north.
mop.
That is a little bloodied. Doing a callback for you, Travis. But other than that, you don't notice anything of
Alright.
note.
After taking a look for a few seconds, I head over to the table.
Yeah, yes. So Jim, these guys are going have just a few questions to ask you about the delivery that I received earlier today.
Where?
Is that right?
Hey there, Jim. Curious. Where?
I'll leave you to it. And
As Escobar walks by, I point to my now empty whiskey glass and just give him a nod, like, "Hey, can I get another?"
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, you got it. You're the boss, free of charge.
Wow, this is not a very good businessman.
I should pass out on bars more often if I get free whiskey.
I asked Jim. Where exactly were you when you picked up this package to deliver to Escobar?
Oh well, I came from the south. Came from the south, and I picked it up from a shipping depot, as they call it, and it took me a couple weeks to get up here, but pretty standard shipping. Come up, I travel all day, find a place to crash at night, and then.
So you brought it into town from well south of town, and it was in your possession the whole time?
Well, yeah, it was basically in my purse the whole time. I did notice after one night, last night actually, I got in town. It was late, and I stayed. Just kind of. I didn't want to pay for a hotel or anything, so I just kind of set up camp outside. And the next morning, I delivered the box, and it felt a little lighter, but I just figured, wow, I just had a good night's sleep. So
Where
I didn't think
and
any
where
of
were
it
where
from
where did
that
you make
point.
this camp? Where did you make this camp last night?
Oh, it's just the road that comes into Dundas.
I'm sorry. Do you need some water? I'm having a hard time understanding.
No, that's I got into a fight when I was a kid,
Oh, okay.
and the little bastard cut my tongue. It was a rough
I'm
fight.
sorry, a what?
A rough
That
fight.
speaks clearly enough.
It was a lot. I don't like to talk about
There's
that.
not enough light.
No, it was a tough fight. It
All right,
was a tough fight.
back to the matter at hand. Where were you when you made camp?
If you go down south outside of Dundas, God, yeah. and then you make and head south, make a right. It's a little outcropping of leaves and trees.
Thank you so much, Jim. I won't force you to speak anymore.
It seems clear enough, huh? Wants us to go to the south.
Perhaps you should have seen a healer, Jim.
Uh,
We're Paul back today.
well, Jim,
Yes.
perhaps you are healthy enough and in good sorts to take us there.
Well, if you buy me a drink, then I'll take you out of that.
Monty, buy this guy a drink.
He
we
sounds
can
like
help
he's
with it.
already been drinking.
Well, then one more won't hurt, no?
It never does.
He lifts his glass up. To the
I kind of go. I wrestle with the idea of spending any more time with Jim than we have to.
Esquire walks back up. Like, hey, so guys, everything. Here's a little whiskey for you, Zanari.
Thank you.
Escobar.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, it's
You-
the bar.
Yeah.
You were standing next to your twin. I was confused for a moment.
Well, there's only so many types of clothing in the world.
Hey, Escobar.
Yes, Caliban.
I never did get the glass of wine that I ordered earlier.
I'm dreadfully sorry. Is there anything else you
Oh,
need? I'll
no.
go get it.
Oh no, that will be fine. Just the wine. And wine for my friend here, Jim. Or actually, what would you like to drink, Jim?
Clearly, I would like just some more whiskey.
Well, that's if you understood that, then get that for him.
Oh yes, yeah. That's I almost got into Lou. Yes, that's very good. I'll good. So whiskey and a wine. Very.
Yes.
I'm off.
Make it quick. We are in a hurry.
I'll have an ale while you're back there.
He turned around. He started walking off, and he looks behind his shoulders. Yes, absolutely. An ale, a wine, and a whiskey. 3 drinks. Coming right up. Brenda.
It's rare to get
Brenda!
such good service, huh?
And he runs
It's,
off.
not too crowded in here. It's we.
Well,
I
Right,
kind of look
yeah.
outside to see if I can tell what time of day it is.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't
what-
look. It doesn't look like it's crowded, but there are. There's still a lot of people around.
Okay.
yeah. What time is it roughly?
So far as you could tell, it was probably around 4 in the evening, 4 in the afternoon, late afternoon, when you guys came in initially, before the whole fighting started. So you imagine it's around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock now after all your talking.
Well, if we're gonna find this, whatever happened, then we probably do not want to wait too long. I don't know what time it will get dark, but it's gonna be soon.
Caliban, I am curious.
Yes,
Uh,
bird.
My name is Zonari.
Zonari. Zenari.
Yes, Cable.
Hey, bird.
Sure, man.
That is fine with me.
Do I remember seeing 3 stones on the ground when we all picked them up?
You don't. All you really remember was seeing the stone that
just
slid
mine?
towards you. Yeah.
Man, are you sure you did not see a stone?
Well, it is hard to remember what happened back then. I might have, or I might not have.
I don't
Does that have your
I don't
attention?
trust you.
How convincing is he?
Oh, that is.
Give me a solid insight. Just solid
an
insight.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, you're saying that to Travis?
Yeah,
Okay.
Just
15.
Well, I mean, John, do you want to? Well, this is in his insight to what his perception of you is. So I'll just let it lie there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know really what his if he's tell the truth or what his position is. I mean, you know from your perspective that it's he sounds a little um, withholdy.
A little wishy-washy, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you can't. I mean, you don't know him personally, so you
Right.
can't
Yeah.
really ascertain.
Just going off the
one way or the
fact
other.
that there was a scuffle. All of a sudden, I see a stone. As soon as I touch it, I'm suddenly in this weird floating vision with two people I've never seen before. And when I wake up, we're all waking up at the same time. And one of those other people has a mysterious rock, but the other one claims to not have one.
Are
And
you-
so I'm just a little suspect about that.
Can I tell that they distrust me?
Yeah, do an insight.
I just told you. Like,
Well,
I
shit.
said it directly to your face.
No,
Well, people say lots of things.
so you can't you seem to think that you are being so slick about everything, and that you think that you know what, I got these guys.
These fools don't suspect a thing.
Zinari, what reason do you have to distrust me? Huh?
Well, the three of us all passed out at the same time. Montana and I both realized that we did it after touching these stones. And you just happened to pass out at the same time, not having your own stone, it seems suspicious.
I guess where you come from, you're all detectives.
Escobar kind of like slips in this conversation, and he passes each of you your drink, wine, whiskey, and ale.
I pick up my drink and take a sip.
He just brought me another one?
Oh, sorry. No, the whiskey
for
is
Jim.
for
For Jim.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Escobar.
And while I take a sip of the wine, I pull out the black gem and just kind of spin it in my fingers real quick.
I knew it.
So maybe I do have one. What does it matter?
Well, Caliban, if we are going to be going on a job for Escobar together, we should develop some trust.
Oh, you can do many jobs without trusting. It is not a requirement.
All right, well, us Rock Brothers, I think we better get moving south before we lose any more daylight. And I,
Oh, that
and I
sounds
kind
like
of,
a good idea, Monty.
I kind of pound the ale and slam the mug down on the table.
Jim goes, I'll drink that, and he drinks it past his gnarled tongue.
Okay, my friend Jim. Let us go.
Let's go. On it. And he kind of walks out.
Did his speech impediment just get worse after the whiskey?
Well, he's been drinking. He's been drinking. All right, so you guys are now. Everyone leaves, right? You're all good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great, fucking great.
And in comes a pack of sturges.
That's all he
Yeah.
had. That's all he had planned, guys. We're done.
Okay, and cliffhanger. Let's see. Play some ambient music here. Stop this other stuff. All right, so turn that down a little bit. I know it sounds ominous, but it's not that.
Right,
ominous.
yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like we are about to get into some dark shit.
Yeah. Why is it? You know what? Oh, it's because I picked the wrong thing for the playlist. There it is. There. That's better. That's more comforting.
See, this is
guys
why
walk
Brandon's
out.
the talent, not the producer.
you guys walk out, and you start heading. Jim starts leading you south, and he says to you. By the way, this is theater of mind time. He says to you, "Oh, I want to stop in and talk to Tommy real fast."
Did either of you catch that?
It sounds like he wants to talk to Tommy in the general store before we head out of town.
Thank you. Hey, Tommy. The general store. You got it. Thank you, Monty.
Yeah, yeah. Really, the less talking you can do, the better. You just lead the way.
Well, I thank you, and also I feel slightly offended by that.
I kind of scan around the area. What sort of things? Like, is it a busy sort of market area? Are we on a narrow street? What kind of area are we in?
So you're on a street about 10, 20 feet across. That's a 10, 20 feet is widely varying depending on
1,000 feet across.
it's about like Snake Canyon. It's like Grand Canyon. No, it's about 10, 20 feet across. Dirt road. It's not paved. The buildings are wood in nature. Just for the most part dusty. There's not a lot of traffic on it because it's around it's dusk. There's still daylight out, but the sun is
Are there
going down.
tumbleweeds?
There are no tumbleweeds. Come on. It's not a
We're in the
pure western
desert.
here. People walk past with spurs and
6 shooters on their hips.
chink, chink. Ow, partner. You hear a stranger walk past you.
Can we see Tommy's store from where we are? Or
Let me just get a map real fast for my reference. Oh, good news! I don't have it readily available. All right, so I'm gonna. I think you guys can see this.
Yep.
I can see said map.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, and so for sake of argument, we'll say that Jim kind of shows you this map of the town that he had. Oh, I stole this from Escobar. I mean, I stole, but I told him I'll give him back to it. So you see where Escobar's is. You see where Tommy's general store is. It's kind of like in the middle there, and then an outdoor market a little bit further to the south. So you can see after walking a little bit, you can see the Tommy's.
And are we on
there's a
that big
sign.
main
It
road
just
down the
has
middle
a
of
giant-
town? Like, is that a road down
Yeah.
the middle of
So
town?
that's that's actually a stream that's
Oh,
flowing
okay.
through the town.
And are we on a gondola?
We're on
and
the
so you're-
west side of town, right?
Yes, yeah, you're on the west side of town. You're walking along you're walking the road. You can't really see the stream from where you are because there are like little huts and stuff.
Sure thing.
So, anyways, so you keep walking, and you see a sign that says Tommy's, and there's a big smiling painted face. Someone's clearly not a graphic designer for this particular place, but that's also because it's out of my imagination, and so I suck at it. All right. Here's Tommy's. I just want to talk to him real fast. And so he takes you inside Tommy's. And as soon as you walk into the building, Tommy, there's a man that's sitting behind the counter. The room's about 10 to 20 feet across, in a square shape. That's my standard measurement, just going forward. And hello, gentlemen, come on in. Welcome to Tommy's. This is my general store. I'm not a general though. That's what I say to everybody. Oh, Tommy, you say that for years. Oh, who are you? Oh, Jim. Hey, Jim. What do you got here? Well, I got these guys are helping Escobar figure out the problem with his shipment. I don't know what you said, Jim. What did he say? Or what are you guys doing? You guys helping out Jim with something?
We're helping Escobar find out what happened to his package. It arrived empty.
Oh, it arrived empty, huh? That's weird. Jim, what? How did it arrive empty? Why are you shipping just an empty box? Well, I wasn't shipping just an empty box. It has to be like that. Jim, I don't know what you're saying.
I knew
you know
I
what?
wasn't the only one.
I kind of scan the room
No,
to see what
Great
kind
guy,
of
but
what kind of items Tommy has for sale.
well, so you look around. This is a general store, so this is just food, some drinks. You got casks on the side, or like a little like water pouches, rope. Just really nothing out of the ordinary or nothing special. But you can, you know, any kind of mediocre supplies you need, candles, ropes, torches, stuff like that.
General things.
Yeah, general general goods.
Are there like health potions? Healing potions? Any?
You don't see any on the shelf.
Okay.
You don't see any on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask Tommy
Wink.
because I probably don't have enough to
Wink. Huh? You see that? You don't see any? Okay. I'm not...
Are there any other people in the store?
No, it's just you five at this point.
Yeah, I kind of just browse around the goods, just picking up random things, checking them out, putting them back, and just patiently waiting for Jim to get whatever he needs from Tommy, so that we can continue on our way south.
Yeah, Tommy, Nick, I just need to pick up some more bread from my girlfriend. Like, what? God, is this about you again, Tommy? Or sorry, not Tommy.
Jim.
Gotta get my names right. Ask Jim.
Ask a Jim.
Oh God, this is the hardest part about the whole thing is remembering track of everybody.
I know, right?
Is this what it feels like to have multiple personalities?
I feel like Identity. Like I'm on the set of Identity. Shit. Okay. Yeah, is this about your girlfriend again, Jim? Yeah, I need some bread. Okay. Hey,
Tommy,
hey guys, what was in that box anyway?
jewelry, I think. Knickknacks,
Jewelry and knickknacks, huh?
patty wax.
A whole lot of nothing by the time we got to Escobar. Am I right?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But I don't know. Escobar was probably not too happy about it, huh?
Do I remember what Escobar told me?
Yes, you remember. You remember that Escobar mentioned that it had several bottles of wine and a family heirloom, which was a gold helmet.
That's right.
Yeah,
You haven't seen anybody trying to sell off any gold helmets around town, have you? Have you, Tommy?
a gold helmet. Huh. Yep. This is strange, but someone down at the market was trying to sell something like that a little bit earlier today.
Might have to go check that out. Did you see this for yourself, or is this secondhand knowledge?
Well, no. I somebody came in. Martha. She's a nice old lady. Works down in the steel mills.
Does it seem like he's being truthful?
Yeah. He I mean, he does. He seems like he's being fairly truthful.
Okay.
Yeah. So Martha. Yeah, she came in. She said that somebody was trying to sell kind of extravagant stuff down at the market, which is kind of weird. You know, it's usually just old and worthless crap that people are trying to sell, like quilts and homemade necklaces.
Then it sounds like we need to just find this Martha character and rough her up a little. Get this gold helmet back and
Little
get back in the
little
bar
good
before
cop,
dark.
bad cop, Caliban.
Well, I don't know what that means, but sure.
I don't think we should. I don't know
Per-
if we should rough up
per-
Martha.
Perhaps we should just try talking to her first.
Well, yeah, we can try that too, I guess.
Such
You know, it
such
doesn't
a
hurt to
cow-
try everything.
such
right?
such a diplomat, the barbacoa over here.
I am
The bird koa.
Erakoa.
Oh,
Right. Yeah,
right.
that's what I meant.
That's what he keeps telling us.
Well, if you want to,
well-
if you want to talk to Martha, I mean, you know, you can. She's actually just 2 doors down.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
Does
Yeah.
she have a vineyard?
No, but her husband Stuart is a really nice guy.
All right, well, we'll go talk to Martha and Stewart.
what do you think, Jim? Do you think we should go talk to this mother?
Oh, I think we should talk to Martha. We should talk to Martha. We should talk to Stuart. We should talk to anybody who helps me get my reputation back as a delivery man.
Tommy, do you have a map of the area?
Oh yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, it's a copper each. And then he winks. He said, "Nah, just playing. I'm a kidder, they say. I'm Tommy." And he reaches behind the counter and he pulls out 3 maps of
It's very
Junder's Crossing.
generous. This is a very generous town, apparently.
I look at Jim. Just Jim, can you show us on the map where this happened? Where you think the box was looted?
Well, so you take the map from Tommy, and then you show it to or not Esquire, Jim. And so, although you can't really see it, just south of the outdoor market is where he points, south and to the west.
Okay,
Yeah, there's
gentlemen.
there's that little box in the bottom left-hand corner. That's about where it is.
Okay, gentlemen. We seem to know where to go look after we speak to Martha. Do we need Jim to hang around still?
Well, you never know what we might encounter. Having
He
another
could-
man might be useful. And
He-
I turn to
he-
Jim. I turn to Jim and says, "You seem like more of a talking sort, but do you know how to use one of these?" And I pull out one of my daggers, and kind of show it to him.
Well, I look. Last time I got into a fight, this happened in my fucking mouth. I'm not trying to get in any monkey business.
Well, then maybe we shouldn't take Jim after all.
Perhaps
I
he
think
could-
that's the intelligent choice.
This is what happened.
Jim,
This is what
Jim,
happened.
Jim, we will figure out what happened. Don't you worry one bit. You
Caliban.
Thank you.
I think you may be onto something. Perhaps you could confuse any potential enemies by talking to them.
That's an idea too.
Hey,
Couldn't
man.
hurt.
Oh no. I'll go in if you want, but I just let you know I'm not a
No
fighter.
no one needs you to be a hero, Jim. You stay safe and we'll take care of this. And I start to head for the door.
And he kind of looks at Monty as he's leaving, and then looks back at Bird Person and and Caliban. So which one am I doing? Am I going with you or am I staying here?
Well, it is up to you, Jim.
Is
do you
he
want to do?
Adam Sandler?
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
I'll be at the cabin. Yeah.
Jim, did you happen to find any strange gems weirdly in the inn?
Strange.
Did Jim find a gem?
Well, it's
Yeah,
we
you
don't
know,
know
Jim
if they were just
Jones.
handing these out as candy to everyone at the inn.
The Finch Jam? No, I didn't see those Finch Jam.
Oh, well, forget you heard that.
That's
We will be
okay.
back soon.
No problem. All right, and he watches as Monty gets through the door, and I'm assuming you guys follow behind him.
Yeah, I thank Tommy for the maps and wave goodbye.
Okay. Oh, and then Tommy says, "Oh wait. So 2 doors down on the right. That's where Martha lives. Just letting you know that's where Martha lives.
Yes, we heard you.
All right, just 2 doors down on the right.
All
Two
right,
doors
as
down.
we
As
start
I
walking,
walk out. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
as we start walking towards Martha's house, I asked Caliban, uh,
Yes.
Montana and I both realized that our gems have special abilities attributed to them. Um, I'm sure you saw while we were down in the basement. Does yours do anything?
That is a very strange question, and I haven't even bothered to look. It is just a rock. A nice rock. A very alluring rock, but still just a rock. Now,
You mind if I take a look at it?
I do mind. It is mine. I didn't give it to you.
All
You
right.
got your own.
Simple question. Didn't
But
mean to be a
you
threat.
must know I took a look at it and I tried to, I don't know, use it, if you will. It didn't seem to do anything. Nothing changed.
Mm.
I don't think maybe your rocks are magic, but I think mine is just a stone.
Broken rock. It's a shame.
I still don't trust you.
Well,
Well,
this must be Martha's place, and I knock on the door.
well, the one that's 2 doors to the right, yeah.
I knock on the door to the right.
Hello. Who is it? I have to do that. That's too funny.
I did not realize Martha was so old.
We're here to buy the gold helmet.
Gold helmet. There's no go. I don't have a gold helmet. And she, the door opens kind of like just a little bit, and there's a chain. Actually, there's like 3 chains, all down.
Not 2 chains, but 3.
three chains. And she just like pokes her head out, and you just see kind of like an older woman, probably in her 70s.
I once knew a bard called Two Chains.
A great gray hair, just dark eyeshadow, just bright red lipstick. I don't know. I don't have a gold helmet, but there was somebody earlier selling one down at the marketplace.
You must be Martha. Hey, I'm Montana James, and I kind of reach my hand towards the door to kind of like shake it through the crack that she has open.
And she hesitantly like accepts your hand, but like in like kind of like a soft claw, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
I'm hesitant
So,
about that.
and I shake it like firmly, but not forcefully, and it
Pleasure
feels
to meet
unsettling
you.
to the touch.
Yeah,
Eh.
well, because you feel the wrinkles of time
Yeah.
surrounding her knuckles.
Martha, we were just talking to Tommy and Jim. I don't know if you know Jim, but they let us know that you saw someone selling something, gold helmet, some other fancy things down at the market.
Oh yes.
You happen to remember anything specific about this individual? Had you ever seen him before?
Well, yeah, I'd never seen him before, but I remember what he looks like. But it's really strange because I've been going to this market for at least when I was but a young girl.
Martha, what did he look like?
Well, that's interesting you ask that. He reminds me of a young boy I used to date. Turn it B. Yeah, boy. It was this summer. We went down to the restaurant and we talked about just what you wanted to do with his life.
I pull a flask out from my belt and unscrew it, as I slightly like roll my eyes,
Uh,
and I just take a quick nip.
this
I
this
I
que-
longingly look at the flask.
she continues on for a minute, rambling about her youth and a side story. And
Do we
Roll
infer
a
any
constitution.
characteristics
Yeah,
about the individual from the
roll a
story?
constitution check to see if you pass out.
yeah, actually do that now. You guys, each of you yawns. Do you choose to let her continue her story, or do you
Um,
interrupt?
I again,
while while she's sorry, while she's talking, I look at Montana and Caliban. I just go, quiet enough for Martha not to hear. Gentlemen, perhaps we should just go to the market.
Well, I think you are right. So lady is gonna chatter all night.
again, Martha, appreciate the story. Any distinctive characteristics about the individual, what he was wearing, what gender they identified as, what hair, were they
What
human?
gender they actually are.
And anything you could help us out with would be
Oh.
fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. No, I know his name was Omar.
Well, I guess that is something.
He looked
The boy you loved, or the person selling the gold helmet.
Oh, you remind me of a parakeet I once had. You're so adorable. Stay out of the wind now, because if you get in the wind, you might
Well,
die.
Martha, would you like to see what it's like to fly?
a question.
Sure. Is this?
For the DM. Is she
yeah.
does she have like her hand out to the door, or is she like still kind of talking to us through the door?
When Monty pulled his hand away, she pulled her hand back inside. Well, so her hand was her hand never left.
The door's not open. per
No,
se.
no, she's still
okay. I
like
reach
having
out.
this tail with you through a
Yeah, I reach
crack in
out
the
and I
door.
grab the door and I close it.
Oh, okay then.
I guess that means we're done here.
Yes, that's enough with this lady. Let's just go to the market.
Fair enough.
Caliban, that is the first thing that you've done that makes me like you.
Okay.
Well done.
Caliban, you seem all right. Let's go find this market.
Well, I'm glad to finally have your approval. That is what I've wanted all my life.
Do I sense sarcasm?
You are perceptive enough to notice sarcasm
Fantastic.
in his.
I
All
will
right.
race you there, and I fly off to get to the market.
Are you really doing that?
Well, I guess it wasn't.
Yes.
I guess it just wasn't a bird costume.
Well,
Okay.
I guess
Actual
we're
bird.
walking.
That's all right.
And I kind of pet the lizard on my shoulder, and you doing all right up there? Have I introduced you to Lazarus? He's my little friend here. How's it?
Didn't realize lizards made noises.
Well, this does.
This one
Oh,
does.
okay.
This
Kevin,
one,
you don't
this-
even know. You're not
this
there.
one-
You flew
this
away.
one does, Kevin.
I don't know if you
That,
noticed.
that that wasn't Zanari making that comment. That was me.
I don't know if you noticed, Monty, but you have a lizard on your shoulder.
Oh yeah, this is my pet lizard Lazarus. He joins me on my travels as we move from town to town.
Oh, so I guess
what,
the bird man is the normal one here.
I mean,
I see.
that is that might be right. What exactly are you doing in these parts? I mean, before we all bumped into each other. So
I
to
don't
speak.
think the marketplace is so far away that I can tell you my whole life story. So
Fair enough. Hey, it's the market.
I'm circling above, and I notice that they finally arrive, and I fly down to join them.
All right, and you do that indeed. Okay, so it automatically plays music when I switch you guys to this. But guess what? No more theater of the mind.
Oh, it's a market.
Theater of the market.
All right. So you guys, you enter the marketplace, and I know technically based off the map that you just saw, it should be flipped the other way. Whatever.
Okay.
Like
I'm gonna suspend my disbelief
suspend that
for
disbelief.
you, Brent.
Gentlemen, look, Escajem's here.
it it is around the dusk has continued. It's getting darker, so you don't see too many merchants out there. But there are just a handful that are still kind of like just kind of packing their stuff away and to store it for the evening.
The guy that we are closest to, does it look like he's selling adventurer type wares and goods?
He you, you look at what they have on the table, and it look you see a dagger, and you see a skillet, you see a cast iron skillet, you see like a little porcelain doll that with one of the eyes removed.
Creepy. I'm gonna start just kind of quickly walking around the market, just scanning to see if anybody is selling the types of items that we're looking for.
Okay. You do that to what? Counterclockwise, clockwise.
Yeah, I'll start this way, moving north, and then clockwise around the market.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to this guy right here.
All right. John, what are you? What's Caliban?
Oh, I'm just kind of taking a look around. Do I notice like anyone that looks like an Omar?
Um, do a prejudice check.
I don't see that on my list of skills.
All right. So so John, Travis, you're looking around. You're looking at the Travis. You're looking at like what things are kind of on.
Yeah, I'm
on
just
the
kind of
table.
looking at what's out, looking if anybody's like got gold helmets and fancy bottles of wine sitting on tables, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the same. Kind of just look, see if I see, someone selling that kind of
Okay.
wares.
You guys start that search, that perusal of wares and people, and while you're doing that, Kevin, you run up. Well, you don't run up, but you talk to this first guy here.
Omar, is that you? I say it as though I know him.
No, that's not me. I'm not Omar. No, no, I don't. Omar, I don't even know who that is. No, I'm Cristobal.
Ah, good day, Cristobal.
Oh,
I'm
good day. Good
Zanari.
day. Hello, Zanari. What would you like? Any? Would you like this skillet? It cooks. Good for cooking eggs. Oh,
I,
I'm
I
sorry.
already have an iron pot, but thank you. I was curious. Have you seen a man trying to sell a gold helmet? Goes
What?
by the name of Omar.
Well, like I said, I don't know any Omar, but gold helmets. Funny you ask.
And he picks his hand up and he kind of points over in the direction further east. And while he's pointing in that direction, Travis and John, you both notice uh, fancy bottles of wine on a table near this dude in the bottom right here. And
Is it this like table right down here
yeah, yep,
behind him?
yep.
Do I have line of sight with Montana and Caliban?
Yeah. So I'm gonna move your token, John, just
Yeah,
right
sure.
right next to Travis's.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you guys are all in line.
So I make eye contact with the both of them and then kind of nod my head towards the guy that seems to have the stolen goods. And then I move Does that guy see me? I mean, is he paying attention to me?
Well, he's trying to sell stuff, so um, he does notice that people are walking towards him, and a bird. People
as,
and a bird.
as I notice the stuff on the table, I kind of look up at Lazarus the lizard and give him a little scritch and a whisper, and then he jumps off of my shoulder and starts to crawl along the tops of some of these canopies and things, and sort of moves around the far eastern side, out kind of trying to get sort of behind or behind the guy up on top of this on top of the canopies.
Now, just for frame of reference, how big is Lazarus? Like, is he like an
He's
iguana,
about
or is he
the length
a
of my
gecko?
forearm, so like wrist to elbow.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a big ass lizard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bearded dragon.
A bearded dragon lizard. Okay. Did you guys see that roll? Good.
No.
Good. I just was making sure that you couldn't see rolls as I rolled it. Okay. Travis, you are gone, but the lizard does that without really being noticed, despite
want-
being a huge damn lizard.
Can I approach more casually? I don't want it to be obvious that I'm walking towards him. I guess I kind of want to be more stealthy in my approach.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So I mean, he sees that you guys are there.
okay.
Let me
Well,
find a-
I move the other way. I move out towards the exit because when he's not paying attention, I'm gonna fly up and land like back here behind him.
Okay. So you
John,
you,
what are you doing? I'm sorry.
you jump into the air, but you're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
Well, I mean, I was just kind of walking more casually, kind of trying to kind of stealthily approach, kind of not be so obvious that I was kind of taking interest in him.
I'm gonna do the exact opposite and just kind of to like walk right up to him and be like,
Oi!
hey there. Hey, what sorts of stuff have you got for sale?
Hello, Governor. Oh, this is my Omar accent. Well, come on down. Come on down and look at my wares. I got some wine. Got some nice wine. And I got some good items too, if you know what I mean.
Oh, these, yeah. And I kind of like put my hand up to the side of my face and I kind of whisper, between you and me, I haven't been in this market too long, but I gotta say you got some of the nicest stuff I've seen. You really know how to present quality product.
Well, I haven't even shown you the great stuff that I have yet, but I really can, and I appreciate the compliment. Not gonna give you a discount for compliments though. Just forewarning.
I can tell you're a fair businessman, that's for sure. What's that accent? Where you from around here?
I'm from a little bit around everywhere. I've been here, a little bit here, a little bit there. Been across the ocean, across the way there. Yeah, I've been to a lot of places, a lot of good places. I'm mixing so many British accents.
That's
So it
fantastic.
Seems
That's
like he bit his
fantastically
tongue a little bit there
nondescript
at some
there.
point too.
And I will you mind if I have a look around, see what you got to offer?
No, not at all. Go. Feel free to peruse, look around, and let me know if you find anything that you think you're interested in. By all means, let me know. Hey.
And I start to kind of examine the products on the table. As I look at them, do they stand out to me as the items that we're searching for, or how?
Well, so you see wine bottles. Do me a favor, just do hit me with a um history. Do a damn it. What do I do? Which one is old wisdom? Do a wisdom check.
Just
real
a
quick.
just a straight wisdom check, or okay?
Yeah,
or
just do straight
intelligence?
wisdom.
Because
Just do
I'm
straight
much
wisdom.
better with intelligence.
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Okay. You look at the
Literally everything else you said would have been better.
Yeah, you look you see the wine bottles, but you don't know really what makes a good wine versus a bad wine, or you don't recognize that necessarily the labels or having anything to compare it to. So, you don't know if these are the wine bottles you're looking for. You do see some silver spoons, some gold spoons, some shot glasses with gold inlets on them. Some some shiny objects here and there, but the wine bottles are the ones that are.
As I go through this stuff, I kind of look over at the proprietor and I'm like, these are pretty nice. I happen to fancy more historically significant items. You don't happen to have anything that might be of cultural significance? It's really the sort of thing that I'm after.
Oh, the kind of thing you're after, eh? Oh. He looks around. He looks to his left and he looks to his right. I was trying to sell this a little bit earlier, but I I couldn't find a buyer. But maybe you'd be interested in this, eh? And like kneels down and he like reaches underneath his table, and in the table there's kind of a sheet that hangs over the table, so he lifts up the table sheet, and he reaches down under there. While he's doing that, Kevin, your bird person lands where Toucan Sam is now on the image. John, are you? Do you do anything? Or are you just kind of just listening from a distance still?
Yeah, I'm just kind of listening from a distance, kind of perusing some of the wares from the other tables, kind of not making it obvious that I'm paying a lot of attention to what Monty and this guy are doing.
Okay. Kevin, when you land, do you do anything specific?
No, just observe.
Okay. Omar continues to reach under it, and he pulls out a gold helmet, and he turns back around to Travis's character. What's your name? What's his name again?
Monty.
Monty. That's right. Yeah. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. This is kind of. It's old. It's. I'm sure it's worth a ton. Would you be interested in? Well, take a look at it here. And he hands it to you.
This is very interesting. I kind of look at it to see if I recognize any sort of historical significance to it, whether it's like from any sort of local tribe or if I know sort of the origin of this helmet.
You're taking a look at it. You don't notice anything. There's no really identifying marks that jump out at you at all.
Does it look really expensive though?
It looks at first glance it looks expensive to you, but you notice a scratch on kind of the inside of the helmet itself as you're kind of twisting it around, and there's just, it looks like underneath the gold there's just a hint of silver.
Okay. Well, this is a pretty interesting helmet. This have any significance to you? How'd you come upon this?
Oh yeah. Well, that's, it's a funny story how I found this thing. Actually, I was in a poker tournament and it was the final hand and they offered this helmet. Well, queen beats 2.
And
That's the way I've always played it, and I kind of nudge him a little bit.
Aye.
and as I do that, I kind of shoot a glance over towards Zanari, like in earnest. Like, I think this is what we're looking for.
Okay, I move in and in a somewhat intimidating, but not straight up like threatening, but just intimidating voice. As intimidating as my flat voice can be. Um, I say, that looks like the gold helmet that was stolen from Escobar. Where did you come across that?
Stolen from Escobar? I didn't steal anything from Escobar. No. I got this from a poker tournament. Just hey.
Does Omar turn around to talk to Zanari when he speaks up?
No, he just kind of he's you're to the north of him. He's talking directly to you. When Zanari comes up, he looks over his shoulder, kind of turns his body towards where Zanari is. Oh God, I hit my knee on the desk. And says this. No, it's a poker. What a poker tournament, just like I told him.
Is Caliban looking at me?
I'm kind of keeping an eye on what's going on. I'm not
and Omar is like, I don't know if I like what's going on here. If you want to buy the helmet, that's fine. It's 20 gold.
I'll walk over.
Did you win all the other items that seem to be from Escobar's package as well?
No, seem to be from I don't know this Escobar you're talking about. I did not steal from him.
What is going on over here?
Nope. Nobody said anything about stealing per se. You seem rather defensive, Omar. I am curious. Where exactly did you get some of these items? They look very, very much like some items that went missing just last night.
Hey, good sir, are these two accusing you of something?
Yeah, sir. Thank you. And you are. Yes, this bird person comes over and starts accusing me of stealing things from a man I've never met, and now they're asking me, a trader.
You said he stepped towards Caliban.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming you're
Yeah,
Caliban's
yeah,
stepping
that's
towards him. John, is that
Okay, but his focus is on Caliban right now, right? Okay, I want to like
for
snoop as best I can to see if I notice any distinguishing markings that would show that this is Escobar stuff.
Now, why would two men accuse you of stealing?
do a stealth check for me, real fast, Kevin.
5.
Okay. Jeez, man. So, while he's still interacting with Caliban, he hears you knock over one of the bottles of wine. It doesn't fall onto the ground, but obviously it goes like clunk, 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 and he turns around and he's like, "What, Bird? Excuse me, Sir Bird. You cannot. No. This is I don't appreciate being accused here." And he kind of like he's switching focus between the three of you now, because he kind of starts backing up closer to his table, and reaches out and tries to snag the helmet back from.
What kind of
Monty.
wine is this? I could use a
Since it
drink.
was in your hands.
I'm not in any rush to let go of it, so I try to hold on to it still.
All right. Just do a dexterity check for me.
Straight up dex. 7.
Okay. Although although you are quick generally, he is just a little bit quicker. And so your reaction time doesn't match his speed of the urgency of him getting that back from you, and he just kind of snatches it away from you, and he takes a little step back. He's like, Gentlemen, please, you look. I'm an honest merchant. I've got this. This is mine. And if you want to buy it, I'll make a deal. I'll make a deal. I'll give it to you for 5 gold. 5 gold.
That sounds like a good price.
Tell you
But,
what, you give us everything that you acquired last night, and I do a little wink at that price, and you might have yourself a deal.
These two robbing you. And I kind of look around to see if there's any like guards or anyone that looks like like some sort of guard.
Security.
Yeah.
You don't see any guards within eyeshot of you.
Oh man. This town is going to hell, no?
Yes, but it is going to hell. But it seems like this bird and this man are.
Well,
I mean, if they're willing to make a deal, yes, absolutely. I will, and he winks back at Monty, like, I'll give you everything that I've purchased legally in the last evening for 5 gold.
So you admit to acquiring these items last night?
I didn't admit to. Well, I acquired. There was a merchant a few cities back. Him and I go way back. That I got these from, and making a deal. 5 gold for you, too, for all these things that I acquired last night.
It seems to me that I mean they could just beat you up and take all this stuff. If they were so inclined, there doesn't seem to be anyone around here to stop them.
But
And I would intervene, but I am just one guy.
and he kind of backs up closer to you, Caliban, and says, I'll if you help protect me from them, then I'll hook you up with some stuff.
Some stuff. What kind of stuff?
This helmet. I'll give you this helmet if you protect me from these.
Well, I guess that's not so bad. And I turn to Monty and the bird, like, shoe bird.
Oh, I don't.
Leave this man alone. He's just a merchant.
We don't
Leave him
want
alone.
we don't want any problems. We'll pay the fair price. Tell you what, you hand my friend here, Zanara. You hand him all the stuff that you legally purchased last night, and I'll give you your 5 gold.
Hey,
Let me. I'm sure I've got it right here.
Well,
I think he wants you to leave him alone.
I'm just trying to help a friend out. And I'm gonna pay him.
Well, maybe you pay him 10 gold. 5 for me for being intermediate, and then 5 for his troubles.
yes, that does sound like a good deal.
All right, you hand my friend here everything you found last night.
Okay. But first the gold. I don't know if I'm still a little bit
Well,
leery of you.
here, hand the 10 gold to me, and then he can hand everything to you, and then I'll hand him 5 gold, and then everyone's happy.
Yes, that does sound like a good idea. Hand him the 10 gold.
I kind of pull my bag around that's sort of slung across my chest, and I pull it in front of me, and I flip it over, and I start kind of rifling through it, and then eventually I pull my hand out and show a handful of gold pieces that I pass over to this random dude who's just I hand it to Caliban.
There.
Oh, thank you.
there-
Thank you.
Good.
Let me
Okay.
count it, just make sure. And I kind of sift through the gold. And go ahead and hand them.
Is it all there?
Well, let me count. You can't do it while you're talking to me. How'd you hand them the goods and I'll give you the gold?
I don't want to hand them the goods until I know they're
Well,
good for it.
look, man, there's a lot of gold in my hand. I'm
What-
sure it is at least 10 pieces.
Okay, I trust you. You've helped me out so far. I have no reason to distrust anything
No,
that you're saying to me
There is
right
no
now.
reason to distrust anyone in this town. It's so friendly.
Okay. And so he turns
Many
around.
different accents as well.
Hey, good tone.
Well, it is.
I should
It's
just.
quite the hub.
This is why we just stick to like one accent, Travis.
No, you're doing a great job, guys. You're doing a great job.
Brendan, all of you are doing great.
Also, check Facebook Messenger.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So anyway, Omar turns around. He starts grabbing the 5 wine bottles, and he hands them over to the 5 wine bottles that are on the table, and he hands them over to Monty. Here you go.
I kind of point towards
acquired.
Zenari, like, no, he can carry it.
How
Nope,
about
nope.
we split the load?
Share the load.
All right, yeah, I'll take the helmet.
Oh, well, no. The helmet is for my friend here. I've already given. He has the helmet. That's something you have to negotiate with him. Not but
Okay, it's all right. You give them the helmet. They'll never leave if we just don't get this over with. And, with hair like mine, I don't really like wearing these helmets.
very good, very good. And so he takes the helmet and he hands it off to Monty, who said that he would take the helmet.
Yeah, okay.
So we're straight now. Everything's good. Everything's
And
good.
this is everything
Uh,
you
yeah, was-
legally purchased last night.
This is everything I legally purchased.
I thought you wanted it in a poker game.
No. That was the helmets. I won the helmets in the poker game, but I gave the helmet to him. And so you wanted the helmet from him, so he said you can have the helmet, but the wine is what I got from the merchant friend of mine that I mentioned.
Ah, was it Jim the merchant?
Who? No. I don't know any Jim the merchant. I know a Stephen merchant or a Natalie merchant.
Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you, Omar. Sorry this was such an unconventional transaction, but wish you the best of luck. We'll just be on our way. And I kind of shoot a glance up towards the top of the canopy at my lizard friend, and Lazarus jumps down onto my shoulder as I turn to walk back counterclockwise around the market.
And be sure to tell your friends if you want some good goods. Take care now, everybody. And he nervously goes back to just his table as he starts just putting stuff away, solemn, a little bit more solemn than he was before.
Does he not ask for the gold?
Yeah. Good catch, John. Friend, let me see some of that gold.
Oh, yeah. So about that, apparently I'm not so good at counting. Maybe our friend Monty is not so good. 'Cause apparently it's only about 6 gold.
Oh, what? And as you say that, the gold, can not Monty, Omar see the gold that in your hand?
I kind of would have put it away.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh, it's put away, so you imagine, so it's in your pocket. It's not
Mhm.
visible to him.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, it's in your pocket.
Mm,
Uh, well, let me see it. Let me see the gold. Let me.
would it hurt? And I reach into my pouch to pull out some of the gold.
And so here we see that there is no gold, because it was an actual. There's nothing. You don't pull anything out because Travis cast prestidigitation and made an illusion of gold.
So there would be no coins at all.
Right. We'll figure that out. The illusion piece. Anyway. Uh, wait. So, how is that? What's There was gold. There was a lot of gold in your hand before, and now there's no gold. Where's the gold?
Well, that is a good question. Apparently, uh, we were dealing with a wizard, I guess.
A wizard? You weren't
Apparently.
you weren't prepared to handle a wizard?
Well, listen, man. I'm just a random guy on the street that you just trusted to deal business with. I think the fault is yours.
No, come on. And he pulls out his rapier. Like, he, what are you grifting me? Were you grifting me? Is
Um,
this what this is?
I kind of try to quickly pull out my hand. Like, what distance am I from him?
You're about 5 feet.
Okay, then I kind of try to quickly pull out my rapier from the sheath and
Hey, Kevin, where are you still right there? I know
Uh,
Travis is moving his token
He's
further
holding
away.
like 4 wine bottles.
yeah, I'm holding 4 wine bottles just all tucked in my arms, and I flew off to go towards the main road and take him back to Escobar.
You flew off or you walked off? Because I can't imagine you're holding, like, unless they're in your large talons. I don't think you're gonna be able to fly
How
with.
big are these wine bottles?
Well, I just demonstrate to me on webcam how you're gonna fly holding wine bottles underneath your arm.
2 bottles in each arm, and then 2 more tucked under each arm.
Okay,
This
no,
There
is
we
this
go.
is like what
My
he looks
wings
like,
are
right?
my
So his
wings are
wings
coming
and
out of
arms
my
are
back.
separate.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
arms are not my wings.
oh, okay, but
Yeah.
I still want you to demonstrate on webcam. Yeah, do it. Come on.
I just did. Too late. If you missed it, you missed it. That's on you.
All right, all right. So do you make any noise when you lift off?
Ka-clank, ka-clank.
Not this time.
Okay, all right. So you just fucking fly off, with with wine bottles.
I only do a rage cacao while I'm in heated battle.
Um, all right. So Omar's got his rapier now, just pointed at Caliban. You or not? Yeah, Caliban. Like, what is going on? What is going on here? I'm just
can I pull
l-
can I pull out my rapier to see if I
like,
can?
yeah. You pulled out your rapier. That's fine. You're not. We're not rolling
Okay.
initiative here.
Um, do you have a problem, then? 'Cause we can resolve it like gentlemen.
Just what is it that just happened here? Just explain to me what happened here.
Well, apparently you had some things and now you don't. That's his life. It's better to move on unless you want to lose some more.
Or I just uh, I just need to cut. I guess I'll just cut my losses then.
Well, you
Just-
better, or I'll cut you.
I-
Just
I-
for really
I-
far.
I'm at the far end of the market, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on what's going on to see if Caliban's able to get out of there in one piece.
Just and Omar puts his rapier back down. He doesn't put it in his sheath, but he lowers it down. Like just go and tell your friends that they're assholes. And just I didn't do anything to you. I'm just trying to make a living here.
Well, now you're making assumptions because those are not my friends.
It seems like you're closer friends with them than you are with me.
Do you see me with bottles of wine? Do you see me with a gold helmet? I have nothing.
I don't see you with gold. That's for sure.
Well, that makes two of us.
Well,
How much gold
maybe
do you have? Maybe check your pockets. Maybe the gold is there. Do you have any gold?
he
How about
he checks his pocket with his one free hand. No,
Do you have any money?
I do. I still have some.
Well, how about you hand it over?
What
And
do you
then
mean?
we will solve the problem.
What do you mean? What do you mean hand over? What do you mean? No, I'm the person trying to sell stuff here.
Well, I think I'm not asking anymore. How about you hand you over your gold?
Do an intimidation for me.
11.
I'm not gonna just look. I trust that you're somebody who knows things. Look, I'm not gonna just hand you my money.
Would
Look,
I have seen while he was kind of like checking his pockets where his money is located?
yeah. So he's holding his rapier in his right hand, and so he just like checks his like front left pocket with his left hand.
I'm gonna kind of gesture with my free hand. Hey, maybe I'm being a little too rough with you. I apologize. It is not that big of a deal. And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna cast kind of under my breath a little bit, cast Mage Hand to see if I can kind of cast it behind him and kind of pick his pocket.
Okay.
Using my Mage Hand Ledgerman.
Yeah. That makes your mage hand invisible.
Yep, and able to pick pockets.
Okay. You still need to do a sleight of hand for that, right? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and do that sleight of hand.
17.
Okay. So as you guys are talking, he's telling you that he's not just gonna hand you his money over. Since he's distracted, he's in a little bit of a higher emotional state. He's not really paying attention to the invisible hand that is slowly, seductively rummaging through his pockets and taking some coin out of there. He doesn't feel the pressure near his junk. That's
Okay.
slowly easing, yeah. So you pull that out of his pocket, and you find, and he doesn't notice that it comes right back to you.
Well, I mean, I didn't say that it came right back to me.
Oh,
but
okay.
I hold it kind of like in the invisible hand.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, have a nice day. How about we leave it at that? Have a nice night. Have a
Yes.
nice night. I'll see you never. And
Let's-
then kind of walk off.
Let us leave it at that. Very, very good.
And then as
Piece
I'm
of
walking away,
shit. And he mumbles.
I use my invisible hand and give me the coin, and I just kind of discreetly put it in my pouch.
Okay.
How much was it approximately?
Yeah, and it's just
500 platinum.
yeah, you got a couple more blue gems, all attuned with each unique magical ability. It's you got two gold and 3 copper.
And then I walk off to, I guess, see if I can find the bird and the lizard friend.
Okay.
Oh, just my lizard friend, not me. Okay.
All right. So
as I'm at sort of the exit of the market to the north, I kind of hang back and wait for Caliban to catch up.
Okay, I catch up.
okay, he catches up.
That was a bit of a trick you pulled on me, eh, Monty?
Yeah, it's a bit of a trick you pulled on us, claiming not to know us.
Well,
I had to improvise.
That is
so
just the art of negotiation. It is not personal.
if
But,
I didn't mean to get you in any trouble. I was just trying to get us all out of there safely.
well, I live in trouble, so it is not a problem.
Well, all right. It's getting a little late. Maybe we should get this stuff back up to
Yeah.
Escobar before.
And if we're out
Before
here
it gets
doing
too dark.
errands all night, well, it's not so good. So let's get back to the tavern.
So
Where's Bird Person?
you guys start heading towards the tavern. Where
Yeah.
are you, Kevin? Where are you flying right now?
I'm circling just barely above them so I can close enough to hear, and like once I see that they're done and they're like, let's go back to the tavern, I just go, all right, gentlemen, ready for another race.
Are you like you're like flying above them like you're looking like an owl looking for mice at night?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, do you land or you just keep flying near them?
I go ahead and land.
Okay.
Walk with them.
All right. So you guys meet up. You head back. You head back up north, and do you stop by anything or try to talk to anybody or you don't have to. I'm just
I'm kind of
just going
focused
straight
on
there?
just getting straight back to return this stuff.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
No, that's
Nope.
sounds like a plan.
You guys don't want to go to the dungeon I built? Just kidding. All right. So, get out of the way. Get out of there, Jim. Get away. Go back to your your hole. All right, you guys walk in. Escobar sees you and remembering how he used to sound says, "Hey, hey guys. Hey, there you are. Did you
be-
find
bef-
anything?"
Before I walk in, I put one of the bottles of wine into my pouch, and then put the other three on the counter and say, Escobar, I believe I found your wine.
Does
Oh my-
this? I'm sorry. Does this helmet look familiar?
Oh my goodness! Oh, you guys, you did it! You did it! That's my family's helmet. Oh, and then he runs up to you, just with ecstatic look in his eyes. Where did you find it? Where did you find it?
Do you know a man named Omar?
Omar, no. Is Omar coming?
Well, he had your items.
What he had? How did he get a hold of my items? This doesn't make any sense.
He claimed to purchase them legally last night. He kept emphasizing legally.
What? How would he purchase them legally? That doesn't make any sense.
Escobar, I do not think he purchased them legally. I think he stole them from Jim while Jim slept.
But why would he say legally? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And he goes to reach out for the helmet to take it from you, Monty.
What significance does this helmet hold to you and your family?
It reminds me of my father. Stems, stem cells.
Your father's stem cells.
That's right.
Was his head crushed in the helmet?
No. My father used to work for the king of Blastoise. I can't think of names. It's so hard to think of names on the fly. Okay.
Oh, Blastoise.
There's a name generator online. FYI.
I know, but it doesn't work when I'm trying to like be slick and run.
Blastoise. That is quite a place. I've never been there, but I've heard.
And after 20 years of dutiful service, the king of Blastoise gave him this helmet, and it's been in our family since. Well,
Oh, so now are you going to?
I said father, I meant grandfather. Just throwing that there.
Are you going to melt it down now? Make it into coins.
No. He turns around and you see kind of above the bar. There's like a little a shelf that is kind of, it looks different than the shelves around it. It looks more decorated, and he says, "No, I have a place for the helmet there, so uh, so I can put it on display and honor my family."
Well, just
That's
just out of
ridiculous. But
just out of curiosity, is it typical for you to pay Jim when he completes these deliveries, or does he work on more of a salary basis?
No, I pay him. Obviously, I didn't pay him this time because he just gave me a box. Uh, Although technically I did give him a glass of whiskey for free, but um, no, I have. If you're asking if I can give you the money instead, then I'm more than willing.
Well, I mean, I mean,
It's
yeah, sure, I'm willing to take a tip.
it's not much, but because well, he looks he looks at the three of you and he's like, everybody helped with this, so um I usually give Jim about 5 silver for a delivery, but you guys did a win above and beyond, and instead of 5 silver for one person, I'll give 15 for three. So
well,
really 5 for each of you.
how
But
about you keep
still,
how about you keep your money and just pay us in drink?
I take the money.
Yeah, I take the 5 silver.
okay,
I will
well,
take a drink. You give
Do-
me, let's say, uh, I don't know, to make it fair, 2 gold worth of drink, and that was as good as 5 silver to me.
two. I I've been in this business.
Master negotiator.
I've been in this business a long time, and I will tell you that that's probably not beneficial for me. But uh, how about instead of 1 gold worth of drink, I give you 10 silver,
Hey,
since you're the only one willing to negotiate with me.
hey, I like you, Escobar.
Ah,
So
yeah.
why make it 15 silver and a drink, and we're good.
Ah, master negotiator indeed. You know what? Tell you what, I'll give you 30 gold and an unlimited stay in our VIP room.
Montana, this is very confusing.
Is
Oh,
is
this is like
Brenda in the VIP room? Is she?
it's like a negotiating gender. Gender.
I'll give you 10 silver, and you can drink for the rest of the night. And you know what? Free rooms for the three of you.
Can I
Uh,
also drink for the rest of the night?
That's a negative, my friend. But you
Uh,
get a free room, and I'll put in a good word for Brenda. And uh,
as
Brenda does not look like my type.
as
I
we
prefer
set
camis.
as we settle up our payments, I kind of lean into Escobar and ask, uh, the reason I'm here is I'm trying to locate some specific artifacts. It's I have it on good intelligence that there may be some areas of interest out here. Maybe some historic tribes used to use this land. And are you familiar with any sort of ancient temples or things of that nature?
well,
Can I can
go,
I
go
hear him talking about this?
is this accurate? The positioning where you guys are at your
I
token?
mean, I probably would have moved into the building.
Um,
Said porch.
I mean I'm not necessarily trying to hide the question, but I'm not like shouting it, so I'm standing next to him.
I'm just
you,
kind of standing a little bit away, maybe.
you,
trying to
you,
get a
you,
drink.
you can hear bits and pieces of the conversation. You can hear
I try to
an-
listen
a-
closely.
ancient. You can hear interest, places of interest.
Can
You
I
know,
try to listen closely
yeah, yeah, yeah,
without making it obvious?
yeah. Yeah, sure. Just do a perception check.
That would be a no.
Yeah,
These
you
are critical.
all you hear is the things I mentioned before. Just
Okay.
places of interest, ancient. Those are the two keywords you hear. All right. So Escobar says, I just I can tell you that maybe the town mayor may know a little bit more about that type of stuff. I I've got my heirloom. I just want my business to be successful, and I'm good here. I don't really
What's
hear anything else.
what's the name of the mayor? Just out of
Oh,
curiosity.
Absolutely. His name is what is his name? His name is Poncho. That's actually written down, by the way. That's not something I just came up with.
Fantastic. Well,
Uh,
thank you, Escobar. I'll be sure to
Well-
I'll be sure to connect with Poncho later
Yeah, absolutely.
if
and
possible.
and between you and me, um, I can put in a good word for you to talk to Poncho. He's really accessible, and we can hit him up in the morning actually if you'd like to. Um, and
I
it's
mean, yeah, if that would be great.
I'm sure Poncho could tell you more about the surrounding area and the surrounding towns. We have Sandalville to the east, and we have Clargo to the west.
Is Poncho familiar with many of the scenic areas near here?
Well, he's been here since a little bit longer than I've been here. So I imagine he knows a little bit more about the surrounding areas. Yes.
Excellent.
Well, if you have any questions, we can go. I can send you to Poncho. I'll send a messenger and let him know that you're coming in the morning if that's what you'd like.
That would be terrific. Frankly, I'm a little bushed, so if you don't need anything,
No.
gentlemen,
It-
this has been fantastic. Hope to see y'all in the morning, but I think I'm about to turn in.
Okay. No problem. One sec. Brenda. Brenda. And Brenda. Brenda comes sauntering over. Yeah. Yes, Escobar. What kind of? Yeah, Brenda. These three wonderful people found my family heirloom. I'm so happy. Thank you again for that. And they're going to get rooms for the night. So, well, I know we have we have three rooms. I'm sure, based off of reservations, uh, hotel.com. Uh, so-
I booked with Expedia.
so make sure they get their points, their award points, and give them the room. And so she says, "Yeah, absolutely, no problem. I set the rooms up already. Rooms 1, 2, and 3. They're unlocked. There's they're up there, and I'll make sure that they're furnished, and there's no pubes on the sheets or something. I don't know. She says that. I don't know why she says that.
Greatly appreciated.
This is quite the establishment.
Is that often a problem? PUV sheets?
Well, you. It's a small establishment, and there's lots of dirty people that roll through here.
I kind of walk up to Brenda kind of close, and I sort of whisper in her ear while looking at Zanari, and I'm like, "Are these feather beds?"
She looks over at Zanari, and then she leans into you, and she says, "No, they're just regular beds."
It's memory foam.
Do I notice?
uh, One second. Let me check. What's your passive perception?
12.
Okay. You notice them leaning into each other, but you don't get a sense of what they're leaning into each other about.
Okay.
No, they're just regular beds.
Well, that sounds
very
fantastic.
comfortable.
Which room should I be in?
Your pick. Since you talked to me first, hon, you can have number one.
I'm number one. All right. Thank you, Brenda.
Absolutely. And she gives you a little wink, and she looks over at Caliban and Toucan Sam, and says, uh, "So two rooms 2 or 3 is between you two. Just go ahead and pick and have at ye."
Does it? Are the rooms the same? Does it really matter?
That is up to you, my friend. I certainly don't care.
I was talking to Brenda, but all right. Um, I grab one of the keys and I ask Brenda, are there empty glasses in the room?
There are empty glass. There can be full glasses if you want. Just a little bit of an extra charge.
It will be full later. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. But if you have any more questions, please let me know and enjoy your stay, and we'll see you in the morning.
Good night,
And
Brenda.
she walks off, and as she turns around, her voluptuous boobs kind of sway, and and her tight.
Put some clothes on, Brenda. Don't be gross.
And you could just see like her butt cheek cleavage just advertising too.
Where did you get that character model? It's like it looks like a mostly naked woman.
Yeah, she's
It,
so
it
hot.
it gets hot in Orayu, man. Like this
Oh,
town.
Apparently,
What is it? Genders Crossing or whatever. It's
Genders
warm.
Crossing, yeah.
It's warm.
So okay, so she wanders off. What do you guys do?
I'm going to
I
bed
head
to
up to my
drink that
room. I-
that bottle of wine that I put in my pouch.
Okay.
And yeah, I just kind of I actually get to my room and I do a little bit more reading with in my book that's sort of chained to my belt, and then eventually just call it a night and head to sleep.
Okay.
The Caliban, do you walk up the stairs at the same time as me?
I'm still at the bar.
Oh, okay.
John, while these two guys, go study themselves to sleep or drink themselves to sleep, what do you do?
Uh, I kind of call over Escobar.
He walks up to you.
Hey, Escobar, is there any, I don't know, thing to do in this town?
Well, the I haven't really heard of any like nightly activities other than here. Eventually we'll have a mandolinist
The,
come in.
this town, a very small town. I assume. Is there like, what time approximately is?
At this point in time, you're looking at like 8:39.
Oh, I can peruse the room to see if I see any like card games or any like
Okay.
actual things going on.
You wander around. You see a couple of guys, and they have just a dagger, and they're spreading their fingers out on the table, and they're just going. That's about it. Other than that, everyone's just kind of like eating.
Oh,
Are,
this
are
is
they
going on.
singing a song as they do it?
Saying, "Show me the way to go home." Bum bum bum. Tired and want to go to
This
bed.
place is quite lively.
Well, they're moving on to other things. Oh wait, are you talking to Esquire?
Yeah.
Esquire's not following you.
Oh. Do you, Escobar? I feel like we are good friends now. Is that correct?
I'd say that, sure.
We brought you your family heirloom. And done all these favors for you.
Okay.
Uh, do you know what this is? And I kind of pulled out the black stone that I got earlier.
Oh, that's a nice looking stone, but yeah, I mean, I've seen stones that are black and shiny, but I don't know nothing more special or nothing more unspecial than that.
But it seems strange that this morning I did not have this, and then suddenly two guys die right in front of me, and I pick this up and I pass out, and then I wake up
Did
here.
did you
Just
get that stone from? Did you get that stone from the dead guys?
well, maybe not from the dead guys, but from one of their pockets. It fell out while they were tumbling around.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, that's well. I talked to one of the men you were traveling with. Well, the one you helped find my heirloom. Uh, to talk to Poncho tomorrow. Maybe this is something you bring up to Poncho. I I I'm not gonna say that. I mean, you're bringing it to my attention, so you're obviously not keeping it hidden. So maybe he knows.
Well, it is because we are friends that I mention it to you. I do not know this Poncho.
Well, Poncho's not a bad guy. He's just he's got a lot on his plate here at as the mayor of Junda's Crossing.
Well, is it common occurrence in your tavern that people just die and then
I
people
can
pass
tell
out?
I can tell you that this is one of the most unique things that's happened here. Everyone's pretty kind and easygoing. There's not a lot of ruckus that happens in this town. If there's ruckus, it's in
Mm.
other cities,
Well,
not here.
do you know much about the desert?
I I have not traveled much further than Jundra's Crossing. I can tell you that it, this place has gotten a lot busier in the uh, last year, 2 years, and it seemed it. I know this. He looks around and he's like, I know it's gonna sound weird, but it it feels like it's getting less hot here, and the stream's grown a little bit more in the past few years. It's the strangest thing. But I've been here for a long time, and it's odd.
That is odd. But,
Uh,
you know, it's a strange world. Things happen.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Well,
But tomorrow, yeah, I'll send for Poncho. I'll let him know that you're coming, and we'll direct you that way in the morning.
uh, I guess that will do. It doesn't look like there's much going on in your inn at this time. I guess I would go to my room. And maybe
Yes.
get some rest.
And
Maybe not.
we'll
You can say.
we'll send the prostitutes up to your room then. In that case, the party
Uh,
prostitutes.
I don't know how you do it in Dunder's Crossing, but that is not quite how they do it in my land.
Oh, I thought we were friends. In here in John discussing, if you say you're a friend, then we send you prostitutes.
But maybe this place is not so bad after all. But I
Brenda!
think I'll pass the night. I think
Brenda!
I'll pass the night. That's not necessary. I think I'll pass the night. Sorry.
Brenda's like,
Yeah.
like never mind, Brenda.
Good night,
Good night.
Escobar.
Good night, my friend. Good night, my new friend.
We'll see you in the morning.
All right. So you head up to room number 3 and do something for the evening.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. All right. So here's the you guys go up to your rooms. You do whatever you're gonna do for the rest of the evening until you go to sleep. So with that in mind, here's what I want to go ahead and do. Since you helped figure out you go back to Escobar, award each of you guys, each of yourselves 300 XP.
Okay.
I can
Um,
do that math.
and yeah, so you got 300 XP, and you got just a little bit of word about surrounding towns. Um, a l- John got a little bit word about the streams growing and the temperatures kind of cooling down. And in the morning, you have word that that Poncho is gonna be expecting you, the town mayor. So that's just kind of to wrap that piece up to let you know what comes from that, and that is where I think we're gonna call it for this evening. But yeah, that is it. You guys are gonna go to sleep. You're gonna wake up in the morning, and in the morning we will continue this campaign of the Desert of Arayu. And
Whoa!
and thank you, Travis and John and Kevin, for bearing with me as I figure out accents, figure out
And
rules
forget
for this.
accents and make up a new one when you get back to that character.
It's
Well,
so hard.
fantastic. That's excellent. And as we close out this campaign, I want to thank everybody that followed along throughout.
Oh shit, there are people watching.
On the streams. Yeah,
Close out this session, not the campaign.
yeah. We had through the session. So thanks, big thanks to R10 and X, Scary Terry Folds, D Squeeze. Who else do we
Sorry,
have?
guys.
I'm gonna throw one out there. Tito's.
Tito's, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor the stream, I will gladly drink your vodka every time. Just send some more my way.
Justin, J1, I believe. Thanks for hanging out early on. But I tried to respond back. I don't think my chat app was working particularly well. But if you're still watching and have any questions for us of the group, I'll stick around and take those for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But terrific job, Brandon. Thank you for starting us off on such a good note. And yeah.
Oh god. No, I need like 6 more weeks to prepare for another hour.
for another hour.
Well, yeah. So thanks, John and Kevin. And Kevin, you go to sleep because I know you have to go to work. He's
Yeah, I'm typing in the whereby right now.
All right. Yeah. So goodbye, Desert of Arayu for now.
That's
So also
also to Kevin for
The stream?
watching. It shows up. Not quite. It shows up over Brandon's
not quite.
face a little bit, but thanks to
Yeah,
everybody for
we need
watching.
context.
Thanks for hanging out. If you did hang out, if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for watching it after the fact. What? So was stem cells Blastoise son or grandson? Brandon, R10NX wants to know.
Well, the key.
Please share it. I think somebody early on hosted our stream as well. So thank you to whoever did that. Actually,
Shit.
I should be
Yeah.
able to look and see who that was. So special shout out to R10NX for hosting our stream. Thank you for doing that and helping to support our little efforts that we're doing here. But I think that wraps it up for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until our next session, we out. Peace.
All right. Deuces.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.